Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Indie Comics Review. I'm your host, Lorenzo. This week I'm doing a review on Homesick Pilots, which is, a book came out last week, and it's written by Dan Waters, and the art is by Casper Wingard. Homesick Pilots takes place in 1994, and it's about this band of kids are just like punkers. Homesick Pilots is the name of their band, and the story opens with the Homesick Pilots, which is led by a girl named Amy. Uh, they're at a concert, a punk concert held at an abandoned bowling alley. Now the band they came to see are called the Nuclear Bastards. They're a rival band. I guess when you're a punk band, everybody's your rival band. The Nuclear Bastards are playing in an abandoned bowling alley that just closed a week ago. So I guess they're still piggybacking off the electricity, and everybody's there illegally, and they're critiquing the show. The band is critiquing the show, and all of a sudden the cops show up. So, and to these guys, it's not a party until the cops show up. I think it's have fun with the whole thing, and they end up running from the cops. And back in the day when you could run from cops and not get shot, uh, running from the cops and leaving the concert, but they're psyched because hey, it was awesome because the cops showed up, and even though the guys that were playing, we hate them, it was still a pretty awesome punk show. After the police break up the concert, the guys are bored, so they're just walking around looking for shit to get into. And Amy decides that we're gonna throw the ultimate gig. Okay, we're gonna have a gig in the haunted house on the hill that everybody knows about. They call it the Death House. The rest of the bandmates are like, "You must be crazy. We're not gonna do that." So before they can decide what they're gonna do, the Nuclear Bastards show up. The Nuclear Bastards are led by this guy who's a total douche, and he really doesn't get along with anybody else in even his own band, let alone in the Homesick Pilots. And he picks a fight with the kid Rip, who's in the Homesick Pilots, who's like the weed guy, and they were just sitting around chilling, drinking a 40, smoking some weed, and the bastards come around and just start raining on their parade, and the jerk in the Nuclear Bastards, he makes a comment to Amy about how she killed her mother and how she's like, basically insane. And that's when Amy finds out that the word around school is that everybody's talking behind her back that she killed her mother and she's an unstable person. This pisses her off, as you might imagine, and she thinks, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the haunted house. And I'm just gonna scout it out. I'm gonna go there and because fuck that haunted house. I'm just gonna do my thing. And the bandmates, my bandmates, find out I came here and challenge the house, then I'll be cool, pretty much. So turns out she's missing the next morning. Now her two bandmates, they show up. The rest of the Homesick Pilots show up the next morning because they know she didn't come home that night. I think they're all in like foster homes or like in bad home situations. So they're all going through a lot of stuff. So the rest of the Homesick Pilots try to break into the house. They couldn't get in the front door, couldn't budge it, so they end up climbing up to a window and breaking into the house that way. So they attack the house from the top, and the other band, the Nuclear Bastards, end up showing up, and they go into the house. I guess the word was out that Amy went to the haunted house and that the Homesick Pilots want to throw a gig there. So they end up breaking into the house from the first floor, and they meet in the middle of the house. Now before this all happened, there was like a rumor or a legend about this kid that died at the house, and he died there mysteriously. Like he just wasted away from malnutrition. And one of the last things he said was that the house wanted him there, and that the house wouldn't let him go. And it turns out he was running around inside the house for weeks. It's not that big of a house. So it was there was something mysterious that went on in the house that wouldn't let him out. They found his fingernails embedded into the walls and all that kind of stuff. So there's a history here. So, but when the homesick pilots break in and the other band breaks in to the bottom floor, they have a confrontation. As you might imagine, they don't get along. Amy's not there. One of the leader of the other band, the Nuclear Bastards, tries to just stick up the weed guy and just take his weed, and he ends up stabbing him. They get into a fight, and that's when a lot of crazy shit starts to happen. There's a lot more to this house that's going to be revealed in this issue. Amy, in the meantime, we flash in and out on her while she's having her own moment inside the house. It's like there's something about Amy that the house likes. It picks and chooses people to just bond with. You can tell there's going to be some kind of merging of Amy and the house is going to become like this living thing. There's lots of other spirits in the house that are tied to objects and things like that. So at the end of it all, Amy, they show her at the end that she's seeking to reclaim all those things that were either taken or stolen from the house, which are pretty much possessed objects. And it's her, I guess the house has charged her with reclaiming these objects. And in the meantime, we don't know what's going to happen to to her bandmates, because they're going through their own issues inside the house, which is it's like this thing that it's a living thing, and it just engulfs people. It just doesn't let them out, and who knows if they're going to make it out. But Amy somehow is in the house, but she's not in the house. If that makes any sense. Homesick Pilots is one of those books that I'm going to give it another issue to see what I think of it. I'm intrigued enough by the first issue, by the good artwork and the decent story and this kind of 1990s punk dialogue, that I am interested enough to try a second issue. As you guys know, I usually do 2 videos a week, 2 reviews, but this week I'm only doing 1 because I've been having a little bit of issues in our house with our guy here, our little boy. Little boy Yoyo he's not been feeling well lately. He's going through a lot of stuff, so we've been up with him all night. So I've been up with him all night. Jan's been keeping an eye on him in the daytime, and so yeah, he's not doing real well, but we got hope. And yeah, so please forgive me that I won't be doing a second review this week, but keep an eye on Yoyo, and he's taking a lot of my time. Say hi, Yoyo. Yoyo. Yeah, I know, buddy boy. I know you want to sit down. Oh, you camera shy now. But anyway, so yeah, that's all for this Indie Comics review. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I usually do, like I said, 2 a week. This week I'm just doing 1. I'll probably do the stash or the haul video this Thursday. But yeah, this is, we've been really keeping some long hours watching my baby here, and maybe hopefully you'll be getting better, and I'll be able to do 2 videos next week. So until then, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.